guys, coming to the first test match in Adelaide. Now, this was a pink ball test match, and Australia has a very good record, like 7-0 before start of this test match in pink ball. But Adelaide is considered India's, one of India's favorite ground because we had a victory here, and pitch is generally spin friendly. So, how much of a chance you gave India? Being Virat Kohli was also there, so. What did you think of India's, starting lineup? So we had this Prithvi Shaw opening the batting, and what did you think about that? Mayank Agarwal, again, like Marnus Labuschagne, he was India's highest scorer that time in.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the team combination that we went with?
Yeah, slightly shocked to see Prithvi Shaw. Surprised. Was expecting Gill anyways.
Even I was shocked by the opener selection, and yeah, I thought that was a definitely very clever strategy from Australia. I was more nervous than happy because Adelaide brings a smile to Indian fans, but again, they decided to make it a day-night test, and they also put Virat Kohli in such a position that he almost had to say yes for a day-night test, because the way Tim Paine and Justin Langer were talking about it, that we are trying to ask India to play a day-night test with us, so it's up to Kohli if he agrees. So they made sure that India will have to agree to play a day-night test, and that to a first test match. So from that point of view, I did not think that India will do well in the first test match.
Another crucial thing is Ishant Sharma was also missing in this test because of injury. He was one of the best test bowlers in the last 2 years, especially in WTC. So Umesh Yadav, who has done well in India but not abroad, he was playing. So but I was actually quite positive. I thought Adelaide is India's best chance. So I was thinking, maybe we can pull off an upset in the day-night. Maybe Bumrah and Shami, they get the ball talking, pink ball talking, and maybe we can get an upset. This was my thinking.
Yeah, but it was
I think we started.
But it was still maybe because Aussies had won the one-day series as well, and all these guys were coming in hot form. Steven Smith,
definitely.
We were all scared.
India, won the toss. India won the toss, and they batted first.
So, India batted first.
Yeah, so this Pujara, he took a lot of balls. There was a very slow build-up with Kohli, and then Pujara got out. So then Rahane and Kohli actually started scoring very quickly.
There was a good partnership as well.
88 runs.
That was a really good partnership.
They were playing well. Was giving us hopes that we can do something in Australia.
Yeah, giving us hopes like we can score something like 350, and that would be an amazing start. But
and we had a freak run.
Rahane just sold his captain down the river, I think.
Yeah.
So,
and I still remember the smile from Virat Kohli. Like even he was like going for a big 100 that day. It looked like that, and he just gave him a smile and told Rahane that don't be disappointed, just carry on. It was just like an amazing emotion, like just that 1 second of Kohli patting Rahane that, hey, you still have to continue and believe. So.
And Rahane got out the very next ball. Very next over.
Yeah. And we had another collapse.
Yeah. One more very debatable selection was Wriddhiman Saha. So he again, Kohli has said in the press conference that we are going for the best keeper. So Wriddhiman Saha was supposed to be and he had 100 in some practice game, I think. Both he and Pant, in fact, both had 100 something.
Yeah.
So I had big expectations, to be honest, from Saha when day 2 started. So I thought Saha, along with Ashwin and the tail, they will take India to 270, 280 maybe. But everything.
I was personally very disappointed because Pant was second highest scorer in the last time India toured Australia. So I was really hoping that they will give Pant a chance in the first test. But again, they had their reasons. I mean, wicket keeping is important. And for some reasons, guys, we all know after the pandemic, when teams started playing again, everyone is dropping catches, not just Indian or Asian teams. Everyone has been dropping catches. So I guess that was like a conservative selection to have Saha in the first match.
Yeah, but I agree with going with a specialist keeper. At least then I did that. Yeah, it was a good decision to go with Saha.
Yeah, even I thought so. And Saha, he had a really bad. He got out like very easily 2 times, and he dropped a few catches also. And Indians were dropping catches like Marnus Labuschagne was dropped.
Oh.
This time he does go for it. There's an opportunity. Down! Leading a charmed life here at the Adelaide Oval, Marnus Labuschagne. And India can only blame themselves.
India started really well with Bumrah and Ashwin. Ashwin का हमेशा doubt रहता है मतलब कि whether he will deliver overseas. But that day he was really into his own. He picked up Steve Smith. He troubled a lot of Australian batsmen. He picked up Travis Head. So he picked 3 wickets on the first day itself.
It was amazing, yeah. And before that, जितनी खुशी Australian fans को पृथ्वी शॉ को देख के हुई थी, इतनी खुशी हमको हुई थी Burns को देख के. And we were hoping कि Burns would struggle, and he did.
Yeah. So Australia, they were 111 guys for 7. 111 for 7, chasing India's 244. And there was a catch dropped by Mayank Agarwal. Tim Payne was dropped by Mayank Agarwal.
Very early in his innings. Yeah.
After that, did you think that our chance of winning this test is gone now? Or what did it? Because Payne then started dominating Indian bowlers and started playing his shots.
Yeah, it was a really good.
There was an amazing counter attack.
Yeah, really good knock by.
He made like 73 of just 90 odd deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think India in the end still controlled Australia's innings, and they were able to bowl them out for 190 odd. And we had like a slight lead around 50 runs. Yeah. And was that the end of the day too? Just after their innings?
Yeah. No, before the day 2 ended, Prithvi Shaw got out again.
Prithvi Shaw was knocked out again.
Yeah. And what?
I think we were even texting each other that Prithvi Shaw is here. It should be like just a few balls thing.
Jasprit Bumrah came out actually as night watchman.
Night watchman.
Yeah. So,
and what followed?
Yeah. Remember we had that joke, guys. Like, so the match starts usually like around 5 a.m. in India, and both Shikhar and Kunal were worried that, and whatever happens, we don't want to wake up watching Jasprit Bumrah batting for India. And
and he was batting as a night watchman, and then something really terrible things started to happen. One mention I want to give to Umesh Yadav actually. Umesh Yadav bowled very well in the first innings. He took a double breakthrough like Marnus Labuschagne and Pat Cummins that made India 111 for 7. Unlucky he could not play the full series. I think he was bowling well. When
Umesh Yadav is bowling in the right areas, it's like he can pick wickets in a cluster. That's why he's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so day 3 morning.
Yeah. And what followed the next morning was, I woke up, I started watching the match with my coffee. And before I could get to the breakfast, the match was over.
Yeah, I think that was Monday or something, maybe Saturday or something. I don't remember. I don't know. I was going to the office and I thought I'll catch some cricket, before going to the office. And I was watching the match was almost over when I got to the office. The Indian innings was over. And, there was a collapse by Australia in South Africa when Australia got bowled out for 47 something. And Australia were 29. And Nathan Lyon and, someone, Peter Siddle or someone, they carried Australia to 47 that time.
They just somehow helped them break that lowest ever score. Yeah.
I was hoping someone, at least Vihari or, someone could just take that score beyond 42 or whatever was the India's lowest score that time. But
for me, I enjoy India-Australia series when India goes there because the matches are generally starts at 5-6 p.m. for me, which is like very ideal. and usually I have to follow cricket during my office time because being here in the US. But this day-night test match actually started around 10 p.m. for me. And I was like very happy. I told my wife, we already have a 50 runs lead. I'll just watch first session. India will have lead of 150 something, and then I'll go to sleep. But I think we were just bowled in the first hour or hour and a half. And I was just so shocked. I was just sitting on and watching. And I still had hope when Virat Kohli was batting. But then I think he played a shot in gully and he was caught by Cameron. And then I was just so then I finally, it struck me that okay, this is a disaster. Then I texted you guys, we are not even gonna make 31, we are gonna make the lowest score ever. And I was just I was devastated.
And you know what was the final blow? The death knell was Mohammad Shami getting injured and the score remaining 36 for 9. Actually, friends were texting that whether it will be counted as the lowest score or it will be 36 for 9 declare, like but
yeah, I felt sad when they wrote it 36 all out, even though it was 36 for 9 technically. But yeah, like,
never felt so sad or depressed.
Jasprit Bumrah is definitely our key player, but for me, Mohammad Shami was our biggest fast bowler overseas. And I immediately realized that, wow, this can be a big setback for us because Mohammad Shami getting injured. And it was a nasty delivery. We could already feel that he will be out for at least 2 matches. He was out for the whole series.
And if you see the deliveries, more or less everything was a straight ball. They were just pitching it up on the full, and Indians were just going for the drive, and they were just getting the edge. And Australians were catching everything that day. So
it was like a video game. Like they had it. If you bowl in this area, if you land the ball in this area, the batsman will get out. It was just like video game. Indian players were getting out like that.
And some experts were saying that it was because of the pink ball. Pink ball zips around and the edges carry for the pink ball. So maybe pink ball is a factor. We saw in India also pink ball test was a weird test. So I don't know.
And then it was just too easy for Australia. It was like chasing 70, 80 odd. There was no pressure. And
Kunal, what did you make of the trolls after we lost the test, like on social media? Like, what was your experience?
Yeah, man, we were absolutely trolled outright by, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, outright. It was, I mean, after a point of time, I just lost hope, lost all hopes, all expectations from the team. I myself was like, I don't care about this team anymore. I don't want to watch this team play anymore.
Even the Australian ex-cricketers were after that point, but like, oh, a whitewash is coming for Indian team. Don't see them standing back, especially now their captain is leaving to go back India.
Captain is leaving, 2 fast bowlers are injured. We don't have a full team. Australia is up full strength, all players in form.
And I remember that time actually this Pakistan tour of New Zealand was also going simultaneously. And in the first test, actually, Pakistan fought quite well with Fawad Alam batting on day 5. They almost saved the match. And Pakistan were, we were all getting ready to troll Pakistan, but it backfired. And that day, everything on the Facebook wall or on the Twitter was 36, starting from 36. And I was fed up of that number 36. I never wanted to hear 36 in my life again. So it was so bad. Yeah.